When your home office goes from this to this. Let's do my first ever home office tour video. I always really want to do the Peter McKinnon.
What's up, everybody?
I'm not even going to try it because I'm just going to butcher it, but that's like what I think of every single time I start these YouTube videos. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. And today I'm going to take you through my home office. I will say this right now, my office never looks like this. It is never this clean. I actually give so much credit to the creatives who do keep a very tidy office space. I mean, it's not looking like a shit show in here 100% of the time, but most of the time there is equipment everywhere, there's notebooks everywhere, there's hard drives everywhere, and it's not my main priority to always keep this place in tip-top shape. So I give credit to the creatives that really like to keep their home office clean because it's just not one of my strong suits. So I'm just gonna take you around the room. It's not a very big room, so it won't take that long. There will be a few kind of furniture pieces that I'll talk about. I'll talk about a lot of the things that sit on my desk, things that help keep me on track and keep me organized. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, and it's actually the newest addition to my office, the generous people over at Kinesio Blinds were nice enough to get in contact with me, and they let me pick out whatever blinds I wanted for my office, and I'm obsessed with these things, honestly. Well, for one, they have this handy dandy little remote, which I absolutely love. And then I ended up picking the motorized dual shades. I chose the blackout linen white for the top fabric, and then I just went with a translucent white for the diffuser underneath. They shipped it to me within a couple of days. I had my handy dandy cousin come over and help me put the blinds up. My brother helped, I guess. The installation from my director perspective was pretty easy and it went pretty quick. So the diffuser is super, super nice because the morning sun comes in my office window here. So it's really, really nice that I still can keep that light, but it's not as harsh. I just programmed my little remote. So satisfying. I love when things like that can just happen with the touch of a button. So it's super, super nice. I honestly have used the diffuser probably more than anything since I've gotten them. But like I said, I love having the natural light in here, but it's just, it can be kind of harsh in the morning especially. And just if I'm doing some color correcting or something on my computer, it's not always great to have that harsh light on my screen and everything. So the diffuser is amazing. And then there obviously is also the actual blind portion of it that makes this almost kind of a blackout situation, which I also love. The quality of these blinds is amazing. And it also has the capability to be compatible with like an Alexa or a Google Assistant. I was super impressed with these things. They have a ton of different fabrics and designs to choose from. I will link their website in the description below, so be sure to go and check them out. So over in this corner, a little here, this is kind of like my little movie corner, but I got my director's chair there, which is really nice for if I'm filming YouTube videos or whatever. I just love to have that thing handy. So this is one of my favorite pieces in my office. I actually got this from Crate & Barrel when I redid the entire thing. Also, how awful was that green color? I don't know if it was like a kid's room or whatever before I moved in here, but that was the color that was in here before. The carpet was pretty bad, so it was a very needed refresh. I just love the pattern of it. I love the color of it. And this is actually where I keep a lot of storage things. Keep my printer in here. I have a bunch of hard drives that I have access to them whenever I need them. I do keep some of my equipment in here. I love these bins. I just got them from Amazon, but it's nice that they have lids so that you can stack them if need be. They're clear so that you can see through them, even though I do have little labeler. It's funny how fun it is to label things when you actually have a labeler. I bought one from Amazon that I will link below. It was like 15 bucks, but it's just really nice to be able to put a label on things. Here is my one real plant that actually sits in my office that I have actually been able to keep alive. And the reason that I have been able to keep it alive is because it's from this company called Easy Plant, and all you have to do is water it like once a month, and it like disperses the water as the plant needs it. Got the cereal candle, of course. One of my friends gave that to me. I actually think that this is supposed to be a lamp. It was my grandma's, and I found it over Christmas at my parents' place, and I was like, I am taking that. And then I'm trying to practice what I preach and print my photos. These are mostly tropical areas, Majorca, Puerto, Hawaii, bunch of places. So print your photos, people, print your photos. And to the desk setup. This is where I will spend a majority of this video explaining what I have on my desk, why I have it on my desk, and how it's useful. So computer chair, nothing special. I think my parents got this for me one year for Christmas. A couple of years ago. It has seen its better days, and I really actually am going to invest in a newer chair. I know there's a lot of good brands out there that help with posture, all of that. I also have major ADHD, so I am moving around on the chair all the time. The chair needs an upgrade. The desk is actually an uplift desk. I love uplift. It's obviously a sit-stand desk. You can change all of this with just the touch of a button. You can program each of these so that they can be at different heights. It's excellent quality. I was able to add on the plugins right here. I added on the little drawer that you see under the desk over here. I know there's a lot of good brands out there when it comes to the sit-stand desks, but I've always kind of stuck with Uplift, and I love them. I think they're awesome. Next thing is my iPad Pro 11-inch 4th generation. I love to use this as kind of a little second screen, whether I'm looking at a document, whether I'm looking at a shot list of some sort while I'm editing. Or one of my favorite things to do is actually have YouTube videos playing on here, and then be doing work on my actual laptop and this monitor. Next, let's talk monitor. This is the LG 38-inch ultra-wide curved monitor, and the size is perfect. I am able to have multiple things on the screen if I need to, or my Premiere timeline fits perfectly in here. I'm able to edit and see everything that I want to be able to see. Although when it comes to color correcting my videos, the monitor isn't exactly on point. So a lot of the times during the color correcting process, or even if I'm just editing photos, a lot of the times I will unplug my computer from the monitor just to make sure that everything looks the way that I want it to. Keyboard and mouse is nothing special. It's just the Apple wireless Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. The other thing you'll see on here is my BenQ screen bar Halo LED monitor light. I love this thing. I was a little skeptical of these things. I never really knew if it made that much of a difference, but especially when it's been a long day of editing and it adds that little light to the screen so that it's not as hard on my eyes, and it actually really does make a big difference. The screen bar has 3 different light modes. It has this really slick looking wireless controller that you can control the temperature, the brightness, you can set your favorites on there, and it lights up my monitor perfectly. The desk mat that my mouse and keyboard sit on is the slim wireless charging desk mat from Journey. I love this thing because it has this magnetizing detachable charging panel that just slips onto it like that. And then I can charge my AirPods right there. And it also charges my phone. Okay, these last three things are really just personal preferences, but they are also probably the three cheapest things on my desk and probably three of my favorites. The first one being this little salt lamp. My mom gave this to me a few years ago for Christmas, and sometimes her random little gifts for Christmas are hit or miss, but I freaking love this thing. It just adds this perfect glow. I mean, I have it on even during the day. I love it. Second is this hot plate for my coffee. So this little thing has 3 different modes, a hot, a warm, and a cool. And you can set any coffee cup on there. It doesn't have to be a specific one. And it keeps my coffee hot all morning long. And last but not least is this little timer. Like I have mentioned, I have major ADHD. And so sometimes it's like, I will sit down to do one thing and then an hour later, it's like, what am I even doing? It's crazy. I have 29 tabs open at all times. But what I have really noticed about this thing is if I just tell myself, I set it for 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do emails for 30 minutes. I almost kind of felt like when I first got it that it was gonna be more of stressor for me, like, oh my gosh, I only have 17 minutes left to do X, Y, and Z. But a lot of the times it's not, you have to have this task completed by this certain time. It's more so of just like, no, this is the task that you're gonna stay on for 30 minutes instead of jumping around to 19 other things, which I do very well. It surprisingly keeps me very much on task. I personally think it's a great little tool, whether you have ADHD or not. It just helps me focus for a specific amount of time to either complete a task or to just dedicate that time to that task and then move on to the next one. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my office tour, and I will link all of this in my comments below, even if there was something that I didn't touch on, maybe the lights that I have there in the corner of my office. I will make sure to link all of this in the description below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video.